Hey, how's it going? I'm Links, and today we're going to be doing Tower of Trials floor 25, 26, and 27. Now, as always, if you need help with any specific floor, just check the timestamps in the description down below. And without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Alright, so for floor 25 we are up against Ludo. And the rewards are quite nice, so we're going to get some costume enhancement materials. But for the fight itself, you basically want to stall out for about 3 or 4 turns. Because that's how long it's gonna take you for actually getting the hidden mechanic, which is it's gonna increase your pierce rate by 1000%, I believe, when you actually reach it. So we're gonna use the Meliodas here because he has a pierce card. Like other units, you can just go in here and you can hit search skills, and then you can go down to pierce, which should be actually the up here. That's where it is. You go up to pierce, and there's quite a few units to pick from. So for example, you can use this Rimuru. We're just gonna use the melee here, or the Chandler works, I guess, if you don't have him, but I think most people have melee. So you can just use this AoE pierce to actually hit all the units, but before then you pretty much won't be able to do any damage. We're gonna use the Matrona here for her healing, and we're also gonna use Shuna here for her healing. And of course the Liz here in the back for her healing. Because I do believe one of the prerequisites, at least that's what I've read online, is that you need to have your units have at least 70% health before, well, turn 4, I guess. Because you won't go first here, they will go first, and sort of your first turn is counting as turn 1. Then you have to wait for 2 more turns, and then you can actually, you know, start attacking them and dealing a lot of damage. Like, you can deal some damage with the pierce card still, but yeah, I do believe your characters need to have 70% of their health. But because, you know, you saw melee get attacked, I'm using red Tarmil here. If you don't have red Tarmil and you can't survive 1 turn, then go for like just straight up go for blue Tarmil and the dodge food. I think that should really help. But here we're just gonna go ahead and just waste some cards. We're gonna save all the melee pierce cards that we can get. Unfortunately, we got no one there. And we might as well then build up the melee passive. So, turn 1, yeah, she's taking a lot of damage, but she's also gonna heal a lot. And like, depending on sort of the attacks they're gonna get here. So he's gonna use his ult. That doesn't hit too hard. The Ludo's ult actually hits quite hard. So we're just gonna go and attack with single target attacks, just to sort of start increasing our melee passive. And it's gonna give us a 5% damage reduction buff as well, I think, whatever the melee does. You just wanna stall it out as much as you can. Hope to get some healing cards, taunt cards, whatever you can get your hands on. Unfortunately, I got no healing cards, but I think that should be fine. Matrona heals back so much, and I'm also using recovery food, so the recovery is like super crazy. As you'll see, she'll always heal back to full. The other units won't really take that much damage unless, of course, Ludo ults, because I do believe his ultimate is an AoE ultimate. Yeah, to all enemies. So now this is turn 3 for us, and we still do not have the pierce buff. Sometimes some units don't have pierce buffs, even if you like have 70% or above HP. But I'm just, you know, going with no chances, and we're not gonna risk anything. We're just gonna go ahead and, you know, heal us as much as possible. That's why I'm using all the recovery food. That's why I'm using Shuna for her healing card, and also cleansing debuffs and stuff like that. Like, you can use pretty much any unit. That's really unfortunate. We're not getting any pierce cards. I think it's still gonna be fine. It's still gonna be fine, right? So now it's our 4th turn, and on this turn we should have our buffs. And we do. Melee has plus 1000 pierce. So does Matrona, and so does Shuna. Now, I won't really be doing that much damage with the other 2 units, but we are gonna use the melee ult. We're gonna use his pierce card, and then we're just gonna use a single target attack card and hope for the best. So the ult didn't hit for much, but it's gonna increase the damage the others take, so we take that. And then the single target. Yeah, there we go. 2 pierce cards would have probably killed him though, so yeah, and now we get our rewards. So, alright, let's move on to the next floor. Alright, so now we're on floor 26 against Diane here. And the gimmick on this fight is you cannot use any cards that have the ability to crit. If you do actually crit them, And I do believe they have really low crit resistance here. So pretty much you're always gonna crit them. Then they get a all stat increase of 100%, and that's really bad, because anytime they attack you, they're just gonna almost fully heal. So we're gonna use the Zeldris here because he has a cleave card. Like now the cleave card makes it so that you cannot crit and it deals additional damage based on crit damage. We're also gonna use Cusack because he has the same thing, and we're gonna use Esther Rosa here just to inflict them with darkness. So we'll just see how this goes. There are of course other units you can use that have cleave. You can use the green Sariel, you can use Freyr. I think there's one more. I forgot which one. But here we actually got 3 cleave cards. And I might as well, I think I can debuff them. So I'm gonna do this, and we will just try to kill one of them. Now we cannot get our ultimates. So they cannot be debuffed, alright. And that's applying a darkness stack. And so is that. I do believe like you can kill them with a attack that can crit, and that should be fine. And I believe these little guys here shouldn't be too much of a problem for you. So you can just waste your crit or attacks that can crit them without really having to worry too much. So we are just gonna go ahead and do this. I will attack like that, and then we can do... I wonder if I should waste the cleave card, because I don't think I can kill it in one hit. So we're just gonna use the cleave card on the other dude. Because there's no doubt that this will kill. And of course we're just gonna do some chip damage there. Now on Diane, like if you have a card that can deal at least 500 something thousand damage in one attack, then of course use that card. But you can sort of achieve that with, this one for Esterosa. Like if you get 2 or 3 darkness stacks and then you use this with Esterosa, then it should do a lot of damage. Perhaps you can even kill her then, because you would have chipped her down. But here we are just gonna go ahead and kill this dude. Hopefully like he doesn't die from this then. So I'll actually do this and then that. And hopefully that doesn't kill. Hopefully the Esterosa doesn't kill here. Alright, that's good. Alright, and we just sort of put 1 darkness stack on Diane here. Chip her down a little bit, and yeah. Now this is nice, we can get a gold card here with Esterosa. We are not gonna get that now. Instead we are gonna attack with these 2, and we're just gonna waste this card here. So by having the red Liz in the back, we're of course pretty much always healing to full. Now I'm not sure how hard her ultimate is gonna hit. I doubt it will bring us down anywhere near close enough to, where it's actually gonna be a problem. Alright, so now I can't really merge like I wanted to, because I wanted to use this card to actually merge there. But I suppose like it should be fine if I just go ahead and do this. Now that's gonna apply 1 more darkness stack, and then this is gonna apply 1 more darkness stack, and then with 5 darkness stacks the gold card is actually gonna hit for so hard that she will die. Yeah, even this one is almost killing her. So let's just see how much the gold card does. She actually got all stat increase. Oh, and that's actually increasing her defense as well. Alright. Well, we still killed it, so... And we definitely take these 30 gems. Alright, so now we're on floor 27, and the gimmick here is that you need to use units with stance skills. So if you have a stance up and you get attacked, then the enemy gets applied with a corrosion effect. Now just for the memes, we're gonna use Denzel here with his stance skill that actually also applies a corrosion. So I'm just gonna see if I can apply double corrosion to the enemy. It's gonna take a couple of turns. I do believe Valenti does have a revive. So we'll just see how long it takes. And I'm not really using anyone with a taunt skill. So stance skills are the ones with the yellow here. You can also use taunts, and you can use counter stances. Now this of course is a counter stance card. This is just a straight up stance card, and I think this is also a stance card. Or perhaps this counts as a counter stance, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think the little icon... The little icon there actually counts as a counter stance. So that's what that arrow that sort of bends means. But yeah, so we're just gonna use this card. We are gonna use... I'm gonna use the silver one. No, I'm just gonna reduce the damage we take and we'll just see how it goes. Oh, so it just straight up applies anytime you actually use a stand skill. Alright, that's good to know. If at all possible, then I would actually like to see... so he actually puts Dead Man's Revenge. It does not appear to actually apply a second or third or fourth time or whatever. So perhaps actually using him is detrimental if it actually overrides the other one. I will just have to look here. See how much damage they take. Man, we're getting attacked a lot. Alright, so they took quite a bit of damage there. They all seem to have taken the same amount, which is like 30%. Yeah, it seems to override it, or it goes like, yeah, you can't override it. So just using one unit with a stand skill and just using one stand skill every turn should work. Preferably a counter stance card so that you can damage the enemy, you know. Just deal a little bit more damage. It's not a lot, but I mean, it helps, I guess. Because you can't really damage Valenti there. So perhaps actually just straight up going with 3 units with stand skills or whatever could be good. See, that guy died because he took a few counters. But yeah, pretty much all you need to do is survive. Like, you don't need all units to have stand skills, but I don't think you can like use any other sort of abilities that are not counted as like stand skills. So we're just gonna waste some card here. Give ourselves a lot more room for more stand skills, so we got 1. That's lucky, I guess, but... And now they will die, but I do believe Valenti does revive with like low health or something. Yep, so she revived and now you need to do it 1 more turn, so... We are just straight up gonna use a stand skill and then waste some cards. And that should be that. Like, really boring boss fight. I mean, it is what it is. So you should have plenty of units with like stand skills. Like, it doesn't really have to be any of these. Anyone with counter stance is probably preferable. But here I am just showing that any unit works. So yeah, she died and we're getting the reward. And I think that these rewards aren't really that great. So yeah, that's the video. Hope you found the guide useful. Hope it helped you. And yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I guess I catch you in the next one. Bye!